I think it's a good idea. I really like the idea that everybody is like live forever and be young forever. Everybody's interested. I'm glad you're here today. So in China, there's a lot of things talking about stem cell and everything like regarding stem cell. So I'm very curious actually. I know some of it is Health Canada approved, so I'm very excited to be here to discuss about this.
Right.
So which part of this is Health Canada approved?
So our Exosome serum, which will eventually come out next year, will be Health Canada approved for topical use.
Okay.
Okay. At this point. So the whole process is hair follicle banking, stem cell banking. So we can extract the hair follicle, 50 hair follicles from the patient. And at the bottom of those hair follicles are fibronectin, fibroblasts, keratinocytes, all these amazing growth factors that help to rejuvenate the skin, repair the skin, hair restoration, help to brighten the skin, pigmentation. There's all these great benefits with using your own stem cells. The good news is that using your own stem cells means that the patient will have no adverse events.
Okay. I am a huge believer of like stem cell. It's just like it hasn't been like Health Canada approved or FDA approved for such a long time.
Right.
Now everybody knows what the concerns are, right? Because my like when I did my master's at McGill, so my like a project was on stem cell, mesenchymal stem cell from the bone marrow, like to see if it can regenerate into the cardiac muscle.
Exactly.
And at that point, I think the reason that they're not approving these things are they're worried it can turn into cancer cell. So what's your take on this? It amazes me that you can get follicles from the hair and then you can grow these on petri dish and then freeze them and then they can grow into other cells.
Right.
But what if it grows into cancer cells? So what's your take on this?
So because it's your own stem cells, it's autologous. So it's your own stem cells. So the instance of it becoming cancerous is not going to happen because it's your own. And it's not obviously on the market today. There's a lot of different exosome products that are donated from other outside sources. Okay. But this is your own stem cell, and they've also done.
I know, like for example, stem cell. Of course, if you get it from your own hair follicle, it's autologous, right? It's from your own, right? So you don't have the like a lot of people worry. Oh, I don't want to use other people's tissue. Right. Of course, you have like the issue of rejection, have the infection, all kinds of stuff. Right. So we use our own PRP. You get the PRP from yourself, and then you inject. Of course, exosome is like a new idea that's like been present for the last few years, and like people are talking about it. But I always felt that it's more of a myth than real like scientific fact, or like not as scientific as something that we have like a proven facts like from the papers and stuff. So what is exosome? Can you explain to us what is exosome?
Well, they're little vesicles, so they're little messengers, and they contain a lot of proteins and different parts of the exosome that basically gives messengers to others or messages to other cells, and that is used to actually help regenerate the skin, repair the skin, growth, to create more cells to do that. So the difference with PRP, because I know PRP exosome, the thing is with the PRP is that, or with exosomes and personalized exosomes, is that you're not going to get as many growth factors, fibronectin, which is more healing properties, that you are with PRP. Because it's sort of PRP kind of, you take from something and it dilutes, right? You get rid of all you're just extracting the plasma, right? You're trying to get the most out of their blood. Whereas this has more, it's more concentration, more benefits.
So the stem cells you get from your own hair follicle. And so when people are trying to purchase them from Toronto General Hospital, let's say, like those minus 190-degree preserved stem cells, you're not actually getting the stem cells, tubes of stem cells. You're getting the exosome. From those stem cells, because they're going to culture them. So you're not actually getting the stem cells. You're actually getting the exosome from those stem cells. Am I correct? You know what? We can learn more. If you need more paper, more paper. I'm going to be reading it myself as well. But I think it's a good idea. I really like the idea that I was trying to devote myself some time to really study the stem cell as well as youth regeneration. You know, everybody is like whenever they get old, they want to like live forever and be young forever. Everybody's interested. It's just me, personally, I just sometimes feel it's more of a sham than a real thing for people. You know that these people go to Switzerland and they get your blood, you get stem cells, and you re-inject into your own blood. That sounds like something more of a commercial scam. You know what I mean? Instead of something for real.
They need, for aesthetic purposes, they need to use, back to your question, for aesthetic purposes, they need it in a way that you could use it in a topical format. So that's why you can't just use a stem cell. You need a message.
I'm no offense, okay? Personally, I'm not a huge fan for anything topical. Topical, unless you have a very strong like steroid, it works. But something like Exosome, I just don't feel you have you're able to get to the deep dermal layer. But convince me if I'm wrong. If you guys have some papers, you can convince me that the dermal layer is getting thicker or your skin is getting younger with those before and after photos, right? And then that's at least a little bit more convincing. But of course, a lot of people might want to sign the consent for injections if it's real stuff. But getting the hair follicle and stem cell, I think is very, very interesting.
It's also non-invasive. It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It takes
so you
20
basically
minutes.
get the hair follicle, you preserve them, you
multiply
them, and then you preserve them in minus 90 degrees. And then whenever patient needs them, they just call you guys from Toronto General Hospital. You know what? I want to order some of my own Exosome. So you order 6 tubes of them.
It takes about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. Cool. Interesting. Okay, let's say, give me some paper, let me study for it.
Sure.
And then if I think it's convincing, it's something really scientific, and let's give it a try. Health Canada approved it anyway.
There you go.
Thanks so much.
And I'll send that to you.
Perfect. Thank you.